Welcome to Atlanta Mix 108. Up next is Altar Talk with your host, M.L.Ruscsak. But first, a song you can only find on Atlanta Mix 108. Ready for Your Love by Seacal and Ashley Colazo.
I'm ready for your love, don't wanna waste your time. It's you I want forever, and forever's a long time. I'm ready for your love, I wanna spend my time with you and no one else until the end of time. Cause I'm ready for your love, don't wanna waste your time. It's you I want forever, and forever's a long time. Cause I'm ready for your love, I wanna spend my time with you and no one else until the end of time. I'm ready for your love.
Morning.
Hey.
What's wrong?
I've just been thinking lately, there's this girl, that I like, but, my homies, they're telling me, basically, to do my own thing.
You don't listen to anyone. You listen to your heart. Do what sets your soul on fire. Don't listen to them.
I can't believe that you really made me stop pitching. And though I think about it, yeah, it got me tripping. And now I'm having visions of you and me forever. They say it's locked down, I say it makes me better. My boo gon' love this, homies gon' think it's cheesy, but I'm still in the hood, and I'm still talking greasy. I just found something real, someone that I could chill without no problems, no drama, someone I really feel. What was this man without you? See, you became my world. You sexy lady, drive me crazy, you my favorite girl. No more wildin' with the homies and hanging in the clubs, cause God sent me an angel, yeah, sent from above.
For your love, don't wanna waste your time. It's you I want forever, and forever's a long time. I'm ready for your love, I wanna spend my time with you and no one else until the end of time. Cause I'm ready for your love, don't wanna waste your time. It's you I want forever, and forever's a long time. Cause I'm ready for your love, I wanna spend my time with you and no one else until the end of time. I'm ready for your love.
And now it's been a year, seemed like just yesterday. I scooped you up, gave you a hug, you stole my heart away. I knew I wanted to keep you when you sat down in the seat. No matter of fact, it was when I saw you walking in the street. I told my dude, look at that girl, ain't she a beauty? Pretty face, thin waist, and a nice booty. She had me straight like whoa, she had my heart thumping. Sorta like bees beats up in the car bumping. I wanted you on my side, saw it no other way. Love was in the air cause it was Valentine's Day. Like where you been all my life when I was in the slums. I want you to be the one, I'm ready for your love, girl.
Don't wanna waste your time. It's you I want forever, and forever's a long time. I'm ready for your love, I wanna spend my time with you and no one else until the end of time. Cause I'm ready for your love, don't wanna waste your time. It's you I want forever, and forever's a long time. Cause I'm ready for your love, I wanna spend my time with you and no one else until the end of time. I'm ready for your love. I'm ready for your love.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell you that you're so beautiful, you're so amazing, and I'm so glad you came into my life, girl. Yeah.
Just when I think I can learn to love one, I imagine myself all alone and you're gone. I'm ready for your love, don't wanna waste your time. It's you I want forever, and forever's a long time. I'm ready for your love, I wanna spend my time with you and no one else until the end of time. Cause I'm ready for your love, don't wanna waste your time. It's you I want forever, and forever's a long time. Cause I'm ready
Toronto. We're here with Author Talk. Now, I know you can't see what I'm seeing, but outside my window I have storm clouds, lightning, and thunder, which is the perfect backdrop for my next guest, Chris Roy, who's a horror author. So welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
See, the weather worked out perfectly for this broadcast today.
Oh, absolutely. We do need a dark and gloomy setting for this interview here.
Of course, I find that's always the best way to read a horror story. So let's talk about your newest book. Her name is, and pronounce the name for me, please.
Mercie. Yeah, her name is Mercie. The spelling throws people off sometimes. The IE on the end. I got that because my mother and her sisters, their names all end with IE, so I had to honor them like that.
Well, that is a great honor for your family.
Well, thank you.
Now,
yeah, we could.
I've only been able to read a few pages here and there just to prepare for the interview today. Unfortunately, I need to have more time to sit down, like 8 hours, to read this book front to back. So it's one of those kind of books.
Yeah, it goes very, very quick. It's a novella. Her name is Mercie. Is a novella, and the rest of the stories in the collection are short, and one's a flash piece. So it's a very quick read. Yes, very quick.
So, what gave you the idea to write this one?
Oh, her name is Mercie. It was actually, I wanted to base the character on a person that I know, a real person, and they had a rough life growing up. They had self-confidence issues, and they were often bullied, and they went to college, and they didn't do anything with their college education. They worked at a job that was very normal and boring, and they had no ambition to do anything else in life. And then a lot of exciting things started to happen, and a lot of criminal things, and they ended up getting into crime. And so some of it is based on a real person, and then it took a different direction. After I brought this to the attention of the person, they were not really feeling it too much. And so I had to change a lot of things. But initially it started based on a real person.
That is very interesting. And we always hear the truth is stranger than fiction. So it's odd that you started as a nonfiction book and then took it into a fiction book.
Absolutely.
But it's cool at the same time. So.
So the fiction part of it, Mercie she's a gas station attendant, and she lives with her parents. She is a biology major, and she has no interest in doing anything with the college education. Content with her life, working at a gas station, living with mom and dad, and then, her parents get killed. They get pulled over and during a traffic stop, police shoot and kill her parents. So her life takes a sudden downturn. She loses her family's home. It's foreclosed on, and then she goes to the bank to try to make things right on that, and she's unable to. The bank is unwilling to work with her, and at that point she feels she has nothing left to lose, and she ends up robbing the bank. And on the way out, she meets this kid. There's a kid stealing a radio out of her car, and so they team up, and they have quite an adventure. I won't give any spoilers there, but it takes off really quick at that point. She ends up going to jail, and the kid helps her out, that sort of thing. And so they get into a lot of trouble afterwards.
Now, before you started writing books, can I ask what you did for your day job? that led
Yes.
you into writing books or anything else?
Oh, well, no, actually, when I was on the street, I was a mechanic. I was pretty good at it too. I started turning wrenches at an early age. I worked at my family's junkyard growing up, and my mom used to bring home like old lawnmowers and engines and stuff like that to keep my brother and I busy and keep us out of trouble. So we were little grease monkeys growing up, and during high school, I used to leave early to go to work at a junkyard, and then later at a transmission shop. And so that's what I did. I was into trouble as well. I was selling drugs and that sort of thing, and that's what led to me going to prison. I've been serving a life sentence since I was 18 years old. I'm 37 now. I'm in Parchman Maximum Security Unit 29. I'm on high risk for 2 escapes. So in my past profession had really nothing to do with me starting to write. I started writing in 2007. I was in Unit 32 in Supermax, and it was just an awful place to live, where guys there's crime going on everywhere, and guys doing pen pal scams and money order scams and that sort of thing. And so, it's the thing that I really wanted to get into as far as being creative with my writing. I wanted to get away from the scamming thing, the criminal activity, and do something productive. And so writing became a thing for me. And so I started writing short stories, and of course they were a crime, my personal experiences, and a lot of crimes that I've learned since being in prison. And writing really has saved my life. That was 11 years ago now, and since those first short stories that I started writing, I've written 7 books and numerous short stories. I'm actually working for Crime Wave Press. I do PR work for them. I represent the authors. I get them interviews, guest posts, get book reviews for them, that sort of thing. I manage social media accounts, and I work for Near to the Knuckle as well. And I'm a partner in that publishing company, doing the same type of work. And so it's been a long journey from
being a grease monkey to here.
I'm telling you.
See, you're not the first person I've interviewed that said writing has saved their life. A few weeks ago, I interviewed a fella from California, and we were talking. He's not serving a life sentence, but he did do several years, and during those years, his books took flight in the cell as well, and he has created a life for himself now. So I see a common thing.
Change.
You either you continue with the criminal activity, or you do something productive with your life. It's all of it is a choice.
There's no future in criminal activities, in my experience. It took me a while to realize that, and it doesn't matter if you are at the street level with nickel and dime stuff, or you are at the billionaire level with the crime families and cartels. The future is prison or death. It's one of the two, and it's going to happen. You have to catch up to you. And so, I realized, hey, I don't want to be in prison. I don't want to die, and I don't care if I'm poor. I would rather flip burgers or sweep a parking lot and be free and be clean than continue this life. So, writing has given me an outlet to. I can still do my criminal stuff, actually, just vicariously through my characters. I get the same thrill, and so I can live the criminal life still and get satisfaction from that. And but I do it legally now.
There we go. That's always a good thing, having a legal outlet for whatever your mind says you should be doing. And you can always write and rewrite and tell your story any way you want, and you don't have to do the normal activities. You can always invent new ones.
Oh man, it's that's the best part of writing crime fiction and horror as well. For me, is creating the crime. You know, whether it's a heist or scam or a murder scene. It's and it has to be something new and edgy and something that's very gripping. And
exactly.
That's my favorite part.
Now, you said you had 17 books. Did I hear that right?
Oh, 7.
7. Okay, see, the phone's glitching a lot, so bad connection. That's why I'm verifying. But we can find you on Amazon at author Chris Roy. You can find you on Twitter. And you're also on the radio
Twitter
as well?
I'm on Twitter at author Chris Roy, and I manage the Near to the Knuckle Facebook page, the Cromley Press Facebook page, the social media accounts on Twitter as well, at Cromley Press and at Scatter of Ashes.
That's awesome.
And if you're interested in what's going on with Her Name is Mercie, please visit the Her Name is Mercie Facebook page.
See, we have a lot of pages here. The people don't realize an author just doesn't have one Facebook page. We have about 10 for different things. It gets very confusing at times.
Yes. But mainly my main account is on Twitter at author Chris Roy.
That's
find
awesome.
Everything there.
Good. I like keeping things simple, but I know for a fact, being an author myself, I have about 10 social media accounts, and I get confused of what face I'm wearing today for which account I'm using. So.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
But it's a really cool story that I've started reading with yours, and like I said, I need to sit down and have time to read the entire story front to back. It's a very gripping, compelling story.
Well, thank you. It's my best work yet. My previous works have been crime thrillers and crime fiction short stories. This marks a new style for me. Her Name is Mercie, and the following horror stories in the collection. Very noir, very crime with elements of horror, and it's after being mentored by my friend, and he's actually one of my bosses, Tom Vodder. He's a great writer, a journalist, and co-founder of Cromley Press. He took a look at some of my earlier works, and he did not like it. And he told me numerous things that I needed to do to change my writing, and told me how to repackage it, and that sort of thing. And so, whenever somebody tells me they don't like something, I don't get my feelings hurt or quit. I see it as a challenge. It's like, hey, challenge. Okay, so I'm going to make this better. And I put some work in. I've been studying a lot of different writers and a lot of books on writing, experimenting with short stories. And so this collection, Her Name is Mercie, is the result, and it's getting great reviews. We had a blog tour in May that was fantastic, and everybody is very excited about it.
Great. I love stories that have positive reviews to it, and then you're doing so much to promote yourself as well. So it's the fruit of your labors really beginning to show with this book.
I'm very optimistic about this one, and I think people will like it. And I hope that readers will say, hey, what is Mercie going to do next? I want to know more. And I'll write something else.
And just a fun fact on Goodreads, this is hard to do, you have a 4.2 star rating out of 5 stars. That's very hard to get on Goodreads for a new book and things like this.
Yeah, those people are not my friends. They are reviewers, bloggers, professionals, and they are brutal in their critiques. They don't pull punches. So you're right.
No, they don't.
I've experienced that with my previous works. I'm like, damn. Yeah, I need to tighten my game up and even dedicate myself even more to writing. And so, getting that star rating on Her Name is Mercie is huge for me.
It is. I don't think the average reader realizes how hard it is to get to a 4-star, 5-star review when dealing with professional reviewers. It's not something they just hand out and say, here, this is a 5-star. It doesn't work that way. Each reviewer is different, and they have different standards that they review by.
During the blog tour, I was very nervous about several of the bloggers because they're brutal in their reviews, and some of the books that they reviewed in the past that I thought were fantastic, they got 3 stars or something. I'm like, man, I thought it was 5, and so I passed, and I was just thrilled to death by that.
Yeah, I have a couple bloggers I work with all the time, and I send books their way as I can, depending on not how the book is, but how their reviewing style is. And depending on how brutal they are, I might not send them the same book that I would send one that is more, it has good points, but it has bad points, and this is how I review. It just depends on the blogger or the reviewer. Hey, here's a book for you to put on your site or something. What do you think about it? Sometimes I do that for people. Sometimes it just depends, because I have this huge network now of people that I coming out of the woodwork doing the radio, and I'm like, okay, I don't know your style, but let me look up how you do things. So.
Yeah, it's I have a balance where I mostly work on other people's writing, work to promote their work. So it's hard to find time to put in on my own writing and promotions and stuff for my own work.
Mm-hmm.
I love what I'm doing at these publishers. We're all about getting exposure for emerging writers. You know how it is in indie press. It's not really about profits. You can't really expect to make money there. It's a stepping stone. It's about exposure, getting attention to your work. And so I'm working on a new project with Near to the Knuckle and the Blood Noir podcast. It was an idea of mine I've had for a while. And what we are doing is we're hosting an audio drama competition. And so I wrote this script. It's very short, and Mark Slade at Blood Noir had his team of voice actors create an audio clip with the script, and we posted it on Near to the Knuckle publishing website as britfiction.co.uk.
Mm-hmm.
And we're inviting authors to go, crime and horror writers to go and listen to the clip and write a short story to go with it. Either use the clip as a prompt or complete the script, use the script as an opening and complete the story. And so just about 4,000 words or less. We hope writers will do their best and enter the competition. And the winner gets the story made into an audio drama by Blood Noir. And the 4 runners-up will have their short stories published on our online fiction site at closetothephone.co.uk. And so it's going to be a really great thing for emerging writers. And I hope that if any writers are listening, they will go check that out.
Now, when is the deadline for that?
November 1st. The title is Black Friday. And so we're going to have, from the deadline, November 1st, the winner will be handed over to Mark Slade and his team, and they have we have about 4 weeks to create the audio drama, which will be released on Black Friday. And so we're going to use the trends. We're going to use the theme for these competitions are going to be based on trends, and so Black Friday is a great one.
Yes, it is. Now, I ask not for myself because I'm not a horror writer, but I know several authors that are. That's why I was asking when the deadline is, because I'm going to shoot that over to my Facebook page and tag like 50 authors. So.
Perfect. Yeah, anybody, crime, noir, horror, yes, come on with it.
There we go. See, I'm more fantasy. I do have, consequently, a murder mystery coming out next year, but that's as close to the crime drama as I have gotten.
Oh, wow. Fantasy is actually my favorite genre to read. I like Jim Butcher and Robert Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
David Gemmell is my three favorites.
Well, my latest review that I have gotten, unfortunately, Amazon being Amazon has deleted it, but it was comparing my series to the Harry Potter, Star Wars, and Games of Thrones all mixed together. It was a really cool review, but it was one of them that Amazon didn't like, so it got deleted on me. But it's okay.
I do not like Amazon's latest policy change. It's really tough for writers. I mean, of course, Amazon has their own agenda for publishing and money reasons, but I think it's hurting a lot of writers because they are tracking your friends on Facebook and your contacts, whatever, any possible way they can track you.
Right. But here's what
Amazon's
that your
friends or family did, they're going to remove it. Yeah, I don't like that.
Right. And here's the thing. Authors connect with other authors. Just because we're talk on Facebook doesn't mean we're conspiring with each other. We're networking with each other to get promotions for our own work. That isn't us being friends like friends. We're out there networking. So they're taking our network and saying, well, you can't network with them and have a review by someone you're networking with. But that's how authors work. You go with the underground musicians, they do the same thing. And Amazon tracks them the same way they're doing authors, and it really, really is hurting the business.
I think in the long run it may hurt Amazon because, reviews equate to sales, and if they're taking down reviews and they're restricting reviews, well, that could ultimately hurt their sales, in a huge way, I believe.
Right. They're biting themselves in the foot, so to speak. It might not hurt them today, but as things keep going, it's why I ask reviewers to please go on Goodreads and leave reviews on the author's websites or Facebook site, Twitter site, things like this. Post your review. I can't speak. Post your review, not only on Amazon, but do a backup. Go that one step further or that one click further. Go to their Facebook page, their Yahoo page, their website, wherever else they are, and post that review for them. Authors love it, and it shows Amazon that, the review is real and it is out there.
It's a great way to do it. And absolutely, readers, we, as authors, definitely need your support in posting a brief review, even if it's just hey, I really like this book, or hey, I didn't like this book. Just something, a sentence or two is all that's needed.
Right. Well, that's about as much time as we have today. Unfortunately, we had so much computer issues, but I loved having you on the show. Should you write more books on this genre, or on the other authors that would love to speak to me in an interview, feel free to contact me. And again, thank you, Chris, for being on Author Talk.
Hey, thank you for having me.
And Atlanta, good night. Happy reading. And again, you can find Chris Roy's book on Amazon. It's at 4.5 stars right now, so it's great book to read, and I look forward to watching your reviews. Good night.